This tree is a Satsuki Azalea, which I bought at a bonsai nursery. Clearly, the bonsai potential is already there. The trunk is nicely shaped. There's a nice nabari, or the surface roots. So this tree is all about finding the right pot, make the branch selection, which branches to keep, which ones to prune, because it's very full and overgrown. So today we'll repot the tree and also do the pruning and wiring. So it's going to be a nice transformation of this tree. I bought it at a bonsai nursery for I think €150. It was a discount. Usually they are around €300, so that's what, 350, 400 US dollar. So it's not cheap material, but with a trunk like this, I think the potential of this tree is very high. So definitely worth the price. In terms of front selection, there's one very thick branch right here. So you could consider removing it and then you have more options, but if you want to keep it, this has to be a back branch because it's so big and fat. So immediately your front will be somewhere at this spot. So I actually think that the front will be more or less right here. So you're looking at the future front of the tree. And we'll have to make a few decisions here in the branch structure. So I'll take you close up, but perhaps let's check a few branches first. All right, so first branch could be right here. So that means that this is growing in the way. And here a branch splits in two, so one section is growing upwards. So I'm actually thinking of keeping this one and I'll remove that section. Well, anyway, I'll work through the tree in this way, but with the camera close up so that you have a better idea of the tree. The season right now, so it's early spring, so it's a good time to repot. Usually you wouldn't prune an azalea at this moment because already now all the buds for the flowers are shaping. So if you prune right now, you're basically saying that you don't care about flowering. And I don't, because I only care about the long-term development of this tree. But if flowering in 1 or 2 months from now is your priority, don't prune an azalea at all in spring. You prune it after the flowering is done. But for now it's fine. For the health of the tree, it doesn't matter. And since I don't care about flowers now, I can just prune and style the tree right now. Styling a bonsai tree and applying these sort of techniques correctly is one of the most difficult parts in creating a bonsai tree. You can check out our YouTube channel for videos about these techniques, but perhaps also consider enrolling in one of our online bonsai courses. Here, expert teachers explain all the relevant techniques in detail, and as a student you can also ask questions directly to the teachers. Each of our online bonsai courses have free previews available in the curriculums. Simply go to bonsaiempire.com/courses. Alright, so we pruned back most of the shoots closer to the base of the tree. Up until this point we didn't make very big decisions on big branches to prune or not. I think there's only one thing we can speak of. So you're looking at the front of the tree from this angle, so there's a very thick back branch here, which is a nice branch, but it is much thicker than all the other branches on the tree. And there is an alternative growing from, well, basically from its armpit, which is this branch. So I decided that I actually prune this very thick back branch out and will instead develop this branch in the next 1 or 2 years to be the new back branch. So that's a very big cut that I'll make right here. I'll leave a stop for now so that it can die in, but let's take this off. Alright, so this branch will take over as the new back branch. Another thing you might notice is that the top is a little bit full compared to the lower branches, but Azalea is one of the few tree species that actually doesn't grow very strong in the top, but stronger in the lower part of the tree. So I prune this section much harder than here, and that's also because I want to make sure that the top survives and doesn't die off. Okay, so the next step is wiring the entire tree. We'll start with these main branches, and once we have set those in position, perhaps we need to prune a bit more, but let's see. So yesterday we pruned and wired the entire tree, and usually I would not repot at the same time, but I do choose to do so today, mostly because the soil it's planted in right now is just horrible. You can actually see a lot of these mosses growing here that you don't want on a bonsai, so that's an indicator of too much moisture. I think the tree hasn't been repotted for 5-6 years, so it will be much happier in good soil. Yes. So you can see it's very dense, with it's like a block of clay, so it's going to be hard, this repotting, but let's go for it. I'll just work away at the soil and walk you through the process. This being an azalea tree, I need to be a little careful about the soil because it likes a little bit more acidity. So what I use is kanuma, which is a Japanese soil, which is very suitable for the Satsuki Azalea. My substrate blend is actually 50% kanuma and 50% mixture of pumice, akadama and lava. I think we took off more than enough of the roots for now, so I'm gonna leave it at this. I have a few pot options available that I want to share with you. Alright, so one of the pots I had in mind was this round pot, which I thought would be a good match, but actually I think the tree is too small for a pot this deep. Would I want to develop the tree more, then this larger pot would be an option, but for now it's just too large. Then I have a blue pot, which I think in terms of color would be a really great match, but in terms of size as well. So there's enough room for roots to grow. So I'm thinking this might be a really good option. And then another less ordinary pot is this white, beige white, but also a good option for the tree, I believe. But I think the blue one fits the tree better. So the blue one is the pot that we'll go for today. Yeah. All right, I'll put these pots away, and then I'll prepare this pot, meaning I'll cover the hole with some mesh, and then also attach a few wires to firmly attach the tree, to anchor the tree to the pot. So just by adding a simple loop, I can still have this wire to attach the tree to the pot with only one hole in the pot. It's not ideal, but some of these older pots just aren't as smartly designed as the newer ones. The newer ones usually have more holes, also smaller holes for the wires, but this will do fine for now. I will only add this one wire for now, simply because this tree is already quite mature and the root ball is quite strong and compact already, so it doesn't need that much effort to be held in place in the pot. Like I said, the soil, mostly Kanuma, which is perfect soil for Azalea. I add a layer in the pot first, especially in the middle, just like a small hill. Then I can wiggle in the tree. Just make sure that I have the right front. Then I wiggle in the tree. Perfect. So pull and twist just to tighten it. And then the tree is nicely attached to the tree. Using a chopstick, I'll just work out the roots, make sure that they're spread out. It's important that the Dambari flares out in all directions. So I'm just putting the roots in the right position here. And that's it. Then I'll add more soil. And using a chopstick, I'll make sure that the soil reaches all the air pockets, or fills all the air pockets, so that the tree can grow healthily. All right, finished repotting the tree. I'm happy with the pot. I think it's a good size, especially if the tree grows out a little bit more full, then I think the pot size is perfect. Right now it might look a little too large, but I think it's a proper size. So right now I'll water the tree. Back home what I'll do is placed this in the shadow, but actually with a plastic bag covering the tree. Mostly because we pruned it, we wired it, and it went through a repotting, which wasn't a very easy one as well. So by adding that plastic bag around here, the humidity within the bag, so around the foliage, will be a bit higher, which will help the tree because the foliage doesn't require as much moisture from the roots that way, and that gives the roots a bit more time to repair and grow again. So that's the plan, but most importantly for right now is watering the tree. So we wired the tree this last spring, so that's 6-7 months ago, and then I removed the wire about a month ago. So the wire has been in for more or less half a year. So the branches have set nicely in position, and last time we tried to keep as many branches as possible just to help the tree recover strongly. Today it's fall, so it's a good time to investigate the tree again, perhaps do a bit of pruning. Actually, the best time to prune azaleas is right after they bloom, so that will be sometime midsummer. But I wasn't in the garden here back then, so I decided to wait until now, which is perfectly fine. Just want to prune a few branches. Any significant pruning really is the best time to do it is either early spring if you don't care about flowering, or right after flowering is ideal. For now, I'll spin the tree around so you can have a look. The front is right here. One of the issues that we also spoke about last time is that the front isn't very open, so the view on the trunk is a bit obscured. And I think today is a good time to resolve that problem by removing the main branch growing towards you, which is this one. So if we take this out, you immediately can see the trunk and see the flow, and also see the surface roots much better. So that's what we're doing now. I'll take you close up so that you can see how that branch comes out. And then the other thing that I also don't really like, higher up in the tree there's quite a strong branch, which is this one. And there is a side branch which is much more flexible and younger, better in balance with the other branches around it. So I'm just going to prune this branch back. So this branch will take over. So I'll take you close up and then show you how to remove that front branch. We need to be careful because it's so very directly at the front. We want to make that cut very neat and concave into the trunk, and then we'll use some cut paste to seal it off, because we want that wound to close nicely because it's very visible in the front of the tree. After that, just a bit of pruning around the tree, perhaps add a few wires, but not too much. The tree is doing well. And then I hope to give you an update shot also in summer or late spring when it's in bloom. But first, removing that front branch. If you like this video, please help us by hitting the like button or subscribe to our channel. Learn how to create your own bonsai trees by enrolling in one of our online bonsai courses. We explain techniques like pruning, wiring and repotting, and you can ask questions to the teachers. For the curriculums and free lessons, go to bonsaiempire.com/courses.